Boy, this is horrible, huh? It's like there's never enough light, no matter what I do. Try to block this one. Try to enjoy myself after a long day. Absolutely horrible. See if anyone shows up. I have no idea. Everything looks like it's not enough light at all. I don't know. Maybe I need more light over here. Maybe I need more light over here. Let's see. Let's see here. Maybe I need more light over here. Let's see. Maybe if I do something like that. I don't know. Got all these lamps on everywhere. Should make a little bit of a difference. Should make a little bit of a difference here. Something like that. Something like this, and like that. I can't get comfortable no matter what I do. This is the story of my life. Can't get comfortable no matter what I do. That's a little better. Okay, well, maybe some people will pop in, maybe they won't. Just put some fun lights on, I don't know. Make a little party. Got ourselves some bubbles over here. Some of the bubbly bloop, 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 bloop. Lights go back on. I'm breathing heavy. That's what happens when you're 330 pounds. Well, hopefully somebody comes in. Ever wonder what would happen if you were in a live stream and no one showed up? Bum, bum, Well, whoever you are, welcome, welcome. The tag from this pillow, from a pillowcase. Ruby, welcome. How are you? No, my eyes are open. I'm just like, I've been streaming now for like 4 minutes and no one's popped in yet. There's been a real problem with the YouTube notifications. I'm just laying here on the couch for a few, but every time I go live, no one gets the notification anymore. So these live streams and these live streams end up being very very up close and personal with 3 or 4 people, but that's okay. My regular Saturday Night Live stream. Welcome to Saturday Night Live stream. But I'm glad you showed up. I was beginning to think, if this goes 5-6 minutes without anybody here, then I might call it an early night for me. Even though it's not really early, it's almost 2 in the morning here on the East Coast. So sorry, I've heard. Didn't get one. Just because, yeah, I've been doing live streams twice a week during the afternoon, like 2:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon. And honestly, both times in the past week, on Monday and Friday, everyone said they didn't get any notification. They just happened to be just, surfing around YouTube and just saw it. Nothing, they follow me and everything and nothing. That's the way YouTube has been lately. And this past few days especially, It's terrible. I mean, I click the bell on the people I want to see their live streams, or when they put up a video, I click the bell and all that. And you know what happens? The bell gets unclicked and it won't let me click it again. I have to unsubscribe, and then I need to subscribe again. I don't know why that's happening. People are losing support. People who have been subscribed to them, they're losing the people somehow and have to go back and subscribe. A lot of weird things going on over the interwebs. I don't get it. I'm feeling very warm. I decided to lay down for just a few minutes doing this. I'll sit back up in a minute, but I'm having a personal summer over here. I'm having my own personal hot flash. They said, hot flashes happen in your 40s, but I thought that was mostly women. I didn't know it was men, too. But hope your weekend was okay. To Sis Fun TV, hey, welcome. Did you get the notification, or you just happen to wander in? Because no one gets notifications for some reason when I'm live. Yes, thank you for coming in and supporting. I appreciate it. To Sis, definitely. Ruby says, yeah, I have 2 accounts. One always gets notified, the other one not so much. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like the more my subscribers build, I'm getting close to 500 now, the less I'm notified for some reason. Maybe I need to unsub from the people. Not unsub, I'm sorry. Maybe I need to unclick the bell from the people who really don't put out content all that much. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll work itself out. I've just seen some weird stuff happen in the last week with YouTube. People are getting their videos deleted if they use the word SUB and stuff like that. I don't know. We were ready to go to sleep. Too Sis Fun TV says, we were getting ready to go to sleep. The bell started ringing, so we had to come. So I appreciate that. Even if you don't stay for that long, even if you need to go, I totally understand. But most people, I did. Oh, I forgot to shut off my little notifications. Yes, Mr. Sulu, thank you so much. But I did a live stream Friday afternoon. I did one Monday afternoon, and both times, most of the people said that the bell never rang for them. Ruby says it's been going for the last 2 months. Yeah, I started my first video that I did. I mean, I've been on YouTube. I've said this before. I've been on YouTube for years. I just never put out any videos. Then I created this channel to start putting videos out. And my first video was December 23rd, 2017. So really, it's only been like 7 weeks that I've been here. Almost 500 subscribers. Supporters, as we're calling them now. Instead of, it's like, we don't want to use the word SUB now. Now we have to say supporters, and please support to my channel. Please support my channel. Instead of subscribe to my channel. All this other stuff. I don't understand. I've also heard that, somebody told me that they were in a live stream where an actual Facebook moderator came in that wasn't one of the mods that's made by the person that was doing the live stream. As you can, if you have trolls or people that you're afraid it might come in and cause trouble, you make these people moderators, and the name turns blue. They have a little wrench. That there was an actual Facebook moderator that popped in and said that they were just going to be around for the live stream to make sure everything was hunky-dory. And I mean, like, I'm saying, wow, it's like, it's like when the principal of the school is going to sit in on the classroom to make sure the teacher's doing okay. I mean, that was kind of weird. If that was legit, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I don't know. Like Dave Hughes would say, I don't know, man, I don't know. But, I mean, big things are happening to YouTube. I don't know, this 2018 is going to be the year of YouTube, one way or another, good or bad. I guess it's going to be one of those years. The small fry like me is never going to be able to get monetized. I say the small fry, I mean, people like me. I mean, I'm brand new. I can't get my 4,000 watched hours and 1,000 subs or whatever. People are just going to give up. Or there's going to be, I guess, someone else is starting something like YouTube. Is it Microsoft? Not Microsoft. Is it Microsoft? I don't know. I hear so many things. Someone else is starting up something like a YouTube, and I guess they're hoping that a whole bunch of people will jump over. I don't know. I just know that when I go live, most people don't get the bell rung. So when it does, that's pretty cool. Oh, my arm itches over here. You ever get random itches for no reason? Of course, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to get bedhead. I guess at 2 in the morning, it really doesn't matter anymore. I don't know. Hey, 2Sis, thanks a lot for showing up. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? I got to start, like, maybe trying to do them earlier. Saturdays, I mean, I work second shift most of the time. Long story made short. I try to stay on my same schedule on weekends of going to bed late, but today was just, it was just, I keep saying I want to do them earlier, but it just didn't happen again. I apologize. Maybe tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. Or even during the week. Excuse me. Felt that cough coming. Maybe during the week I'll try to do one a little earlier. Maybe more like 11 or something. See what happens. We'll try, definitely. Yeah, this is not really... I'm getting too old for this late at night stuff. But yeah, I totally hear you. I apologize. Thanks for showing up, though. You too. Have a great one, too, sis. I'll come support your channel back, definitely. Bye-bye. Ruby says, many are unhappy with YouTube. Got to change or we'll close down. Yeah, Dave Hughes did a video. I said this recently. I think my other live stream on Friday, yesterday. Dave Hughes, Camo Dave, who I follow, did a video at the beginning of January or late December where he said that he thinks 2018 is going to be really good for YouTube or really bad. Either the changes are going to be great or the changes are going to be the death of YouTube. And who knows? People might have to pay to make videos. People might have to pay to watch the videos they want to watch. I don't know. A lot of changes could happen. All I know is I'm too new when it comes to all of this creator stuff. Making content and all that. I'm too new to really know what's going on. I'm learning as I go. And that's all great. It's just that I just don't know how it's going to affect me. I know the people that I like to watch. Some people have already made it with 100,000 subscribers or 7 million subscribers, or some people have 200 subscribers. And I'll tell you, some of the people that have 200 subscribers or 100 subscribers, I like watching more than the people that have 5 million. Yeah, Armageddon. Ruby, you know what? We're getting closer to the end of the world. I am a firm believer that we are living in the end times. By what my Bible says, the way things are happening, I'm not saying the world's going to end tomorrow, but I really think that we are the last generation. I really believe that. That's just, knowing the Bible like I do, I don't know. Things are going to get worse before they get better. But YouTube might, who knows, the whole internet. Wasn't there a thing someone was saying that Trump or something, I don't know, something, the internet you're going to have to pay. It wasn't going to be free when it came to certain websites. If you were going to want to use the website, I forget what they called it. If you wanted to use a website, they were going to allow that person to say, well, you have to pay more money for that. And if you don't, we can if you want to use our website, it'll go a lot slower for you. And if you pay, it'll go faster. I forget what they call all that. I don't know if that went through or not. But that'll just totally suck. Imagine, say, YouTube, well, pay an extra $30 a month and you can have laser fast service. And if you don't pay, it's going to be like a snail. You're not even going to want to use the service, really, because it's going to take forever to load your videos. I never follow through. See, this... I don't have the time to do the stuff I need to do, let alone the stuff I want to do. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm just dead. I try to do these for an hour, but I don't see that happening today. Maybe. Who knows? I just feel sometimes you feel overwhelmed. I feel like there's not enough time, and I feel like I'm going uphill, like a struggle. I feel like it's uphill both ways. I feel like I'm always tired. I feel like there's never enough time to do what I need to do. And every now and then I got to do something I want to do because I'm going to go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy one of these days. Maybe I already went there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Ruby, it's probably just me and you in here again. I only see it says to have one person here. Only one like. 15 and a half minutes. I appreciate you being here. If you need to go, I understand. If not, it's going to be very up close and personal. Believe me, it happened. You crazy. Yeah, I figured if I'm going to start a channel, I might as well put everything out there and not be like some people say, they do things and it's boring and they never get subs. I figured, well, let me show people what I'm all about. Do a little parody. The whole reason that I even really wanted to start this was because of watching my friend Lou, who definitely became more of my friend once I started the channel because of me doing, one of the things, me doing the parody with the red hockey mask and everything. But I mean, it's just all in fun. I'm nothing like that in real life, and I'm very down to earth and everything. And it's for fun. And if people don't know Lou, then they're not going to understand any of that. And even the people that know Lou, they might not even understand it all. It's just fun though. I got so much that I'd love to do with this channel, and there's just not enough time. Like sometimes I'd like to do more editing. I'm getting into the editing more, but I don't have the time. So sometimes I'll put out a video. I put out a vlog every day, but sometimes I don't have time to edit. So I'll just be in one location, talk for 2 minutes, and that's it because it's faster. And I put my intro and my outro on there, and that's it. And other times, like today, I'll do a little bit of editing. Today's was rather easy. Sometimes it's not. The other day when I was on my way to work and picking up a late lunch, and I just couldn't get my head together. I did so much editing with that, just trying to say what I wanted to say because I kept running out of things to say, and there were long pauses, and that was just horrid. I salvaged what I could of it and made a video, and that took forever. But I don't always have that kind of time. I don't mind the unedited vlogs that I do. They're easier, but the edited ones, when they do a little bit of editing, I think they're a little bit more entertaining for people. Excuse me, I got an itch in my eye. But, yeah, I feel like, well, I think I sunk even more into this pillow. Ugh. Not that I don't want to get comfortable. It's just I look like a real bum over here just live streaming from the couch, but I am bushed. Didn't do that much today. I mean, I did some, but I shouldn't be this tired. I think work takes it out of you sometimes, and you get a couple of days off, and sometimes you just need to crash a little bit. That's the way I feel sometimes. I should have taken my socks off, because I am warm. Still got that hot flash going. My mother told me a long time ago, if you're warm, take your socks off. If you're hot, put socks on. If you're warm, if you're hot. Let me say that again. If you're warm, take your socks off. If you're cold, put socks on. Because if your feet are cold, then your whole body's cold. That's kind of the truth. They say if you're warm, you put running water on your wrists and it's supposed to cool you down. Well, I'm not going to run into the bathroom for that. I'm just too lazy right now. I'm too darn lazy. Past 2 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast, and I'm too lazy. Too fat and too lazy. People keep popping in and popping out. They say, oh, look at that whale on the couch. He got a haircut today, and now he's all tuckered out. I'm only joking. It's all in fun. It's all in fun. If you can't laugh at yourself, then you can't laugh. That's what I always say. If people are laughing at me, they're leaving someone else alone. Well, that's usually, no, it's something else. If people are talking about me, then they're leaving someone else alone. I have a coworker that says that a lot. Let them talk about me, she says. If they're talking about me, they're leaving someone else alone. So anyway, sometimes I wish, instead of working 5 days and having 2 days off, I wish I could work 2 days and have 5 days off. Still wouldn't be enough time. But you just gotta go with the flow, like a twig on the shoulders of a mighty stream. I have a bottled water on the coffee table over here. It's about 3 feet away. I put one of those little Crystal Light packets in there with turns it into grape Kool-Aid. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, I've been talking now for 20 minutes. I really should reach over and grab that grape Kool-Aid. Take a sip so I don't get too dry. So Ruby, if you're still here, what part of the country are you from? I don't know if it's just too late at night and I can't remember. Love Kool-Aid. Yeah, for me, I in the winter especially, I got something stuck in my tooth. Arkansas. Oh, Arkansas. I love down south. Some of my favorite people on YouTube are from down south. But I can only drink so much regular water in the winter for me. I can't. It's just so much, like, I need to put a little flavor in there, especially in the winter. In the summer, I can drink a lot more bottled water, just plain. Right from the tap, too. I don't care. I mean, it's healthier for you bottled, they say, but I drink it right from the tap. I don't care. I gotta die of something. That's what my coworkers say. Yeah, you gotta die of something. I'm like, yeah, you know what I want to die of? Old age. But that, I don't know. But I love my Kool-Aid, my sugar-free Kool-Aid. Oh, I don't want to get up. This couch is just too comfortable. Oh, my lamp over there. I've been holding my little tripod all this time. When I do my live streams, I try to use my tripod unless I'm in the car. Oh, goodness. That's good. That's good. Good for you. Oh, maybe put one of these behind me. Oh, try to sit up a little bit now. I don't know. We'll try. Arkansas, isn't that where former President Bill Clinton is from? Little Rock, Arkansas. When I was a kid, I thought it was pronounced Arkansas because there was Kansas, and I thought it was Arkansas. But I think by the time I hit 3rd grade, I realized, what's this Arkansas people are talking about? Oh, Arkansas. That's pronounced like Arkansas. Oh, okay. Then I was saying, well, how come Kansas isn't pronounced Kansas? For every question I answered, there was 2 more that popped up. I don't think one water is healthier. But microbiology, I tested bottled water. Had bacteria in it. Yes, I think I've heard good and bad about bottled water. And Uncle Bill, welcome. Welcome. I know I'm here late. You might be in a different time zone, but yeah, I'm doing my Saturday night live stream. I think every week I've been doing it later and later, unfortunately. But thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. I heard from somebody, Ruby, that I'm scratching my hand. That's why everything's shaking. I heard that bottled water probably isn't as healthy as people think it is. Unfortunately. 110 here. Yeah, it's 210 over here. So yeah, you're in the let's see, Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific. You're in Central. I think Ruby's in Central too. If I remember correctly about Arkansas, I might be wrong. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I try to be, but I'm not even close. But yeah, I think that, tap water around here is not as healthy as it used to be. They put a lot of fluoride in it and all kinds of tap water, and there really is no reason to do that because it's not for your teeth or anything. Fluoride is a poison. It's in toothpaste, and it says if you swallow more than the recommended amount that goes on your toothbrush, it doesn't even say call a doctor. It says call a poison control center. And yet they're putting bags and bags and bags of this stuff into our water for people to drink. And, I mean, the amount of tap water I drink, it's sad, the amount of tap water I drink. And I have the pure water filters and Brita and all that. And it's just sometimes easier just to get it from the tap. But it's sad, though. It's sad about the way people getting poisoned and there's more diseases out there than ever before. And what's this world coming to? What were we talking about before? Before the water. Yeah, the grape Kool-Aid. We got talking about that. But yeah, this, it's just crazy. The bacteria, How about the Poland Springs got in trouble because they said it wasn't really coming from a Poland, yeah. Poland Springs got in trouble because it wasn't coming from Poland. Poland Springs got in trouble because they said it wasn't coming from real springs. They were bottling up like regular reverse osmosis water or whatever. Ruby says, when I was a kid, I wanted to have a birthday cake frosted with toothpaste. Oh my goodness. I would love to have a big can of frosting right now, of the real canned frosting, like Betty Crocker or whatever. But, oh, toothpaste, I am not a fan of brushing my teeth only because I'm not a fan of toothpaste. Usually I like the gel ones better, but it's just when I have to brush my teeth, I just hate that. I hate that feeling after. Even like mouthwash and everything, I use it every day, and it's like, oh, I just hate my mouth feeling like that. I wish they had like, why can't they have like toothpaste that would, taste like, I don't know, ranch dip or something like that? I don't know. Something, I don't know. It should taste like cake frosting. That'd be even better. Sugar free. So, Betty Crocker toothpaste. Oh, that'd be funny. I don't know. When my grandmother, she used to tell me a story that when she was pregnant with my mom, my mother's a middle child. When she was pregnant with my mother, she used to have craving. And they say women go through weird cravings sometimes when they're pregnant. But she said she would crave Ajax powder or Comet. At the time, she used to buy the old one called Old Dutch Cleanser. And she just wanted to just take it and make a paste out of it and eat it. That's what she was craving. I'm like, oh my goodness. I've heard of cravings for food before, but maybe not as many women have cravings to go and eat powdered chemical cleaning stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm a man. I've never been pregnant. I've been around a lot of women that have been pregnant. And, sometimes they want pickles or ice cream, or they crave weird things. They want breakfast for supper and supper for breakfast and whatnot. But taking some Ajax and mixing it with water and wanting to eat that, I don't know. I guess that's just what she was thinking of at the time. I don't know. Such is life. Ruby says, I only craved milk, and I hated milk. Yuck on Dutch Ajax. It's like, I mean, I'm a janitor. I use the stuff in my profession, and I have nothing against using it, but I never once wanted to eat it. Not me. I mean, you see a lot of, on TV, women that are pregnant eating sardines and pickles and stuff, and, I mean, hey, that's, who knows? I don't know what it's like to be pregnant. Women go through a lot to have to go, and body changes and hormones change and it's, and then you have the baby, and a lot of women go through a depression because of being alone again after, being with child, and it's got to be hard. It's just, I don't think men give women enough credit. I saw a comedian one time, a woman saying that when a man gets a woman pregnant, something should happen to him too, so you know who the father is. Like, instead of his stomach getting real big, his butt should get real big. And you know who the father is right away. Especially if the husband or the boyfriend, his butt's not getting big. Oh, Jerry. You son of a gun. And that would make it, I think she said something like, and that would make it like, yep. I'm having a boy, and he's got a bun in the oven. One in the bun. Bun in the oven. I don't know, how's that expression? I don't know, I was too tired. It's too late at night, and I'm too tired. I'm just laughing at however I say it. But, I can't. So, I don't know. I'm just getting closer so I can read a little closer here. I like milk, but, for me, I drink all of, like, the skim milk and the 1% and all that stuff now because of my weight. But my mother, once in a while, she'll still buy whole milk. And that is, like, so good. I forget what whole milk is like. Crow, welcome. Hey, how are you? Thanks for showing up. I know it's probably a little bit earlier where you are, but yeah, this is very late for me to be doing a live stream, but No one gets notified. When I do live streams, very few people get notified. I like 2%, but for me, uh, Uncle Bill, it's, I don't know, when I have whole milk, it just tastes like that's how milk is supposed to taste. I get so used to drinking mine, but it doesn't, it's just, when you have whole milk again, it's like, oh, I forgot that's what milk tastes like. It's 420. Yeah, it's always 420 where you are, Crow. Wink, wink. But, oh, milk is just, I love milk. I don't drink enough of it. But I forget what milk tastes like when you have 2%, 1% skim milk. I've been buying 1% most of the time, and it's good. I mean, it's not like it doesn't taste like milk. It's just, for me, wow, that milk with all that fat in it, that tastes like milk. All my life, she bought whole milk all my life, and for years now, I've been drinking 2% or 1% or even skim milk. But I gotta go back to it for my protein shakes. I have that whey powder. I gotta go back to doing that. Last time I lost weight, I lost 29 pounds in 6 weeks. And it wasn't really a diet, it just was a change of what I ate. Just eating smaller meals and using the protein powder and drinking a lot of water. And I gotta go back to that again. Uncle Bill says, growing up, we were poor, we had powdered milk. Yeah, I've heard a lot of that. My mother talks about that too. Ruby says, studies showing whole dairy doesn't make a difference in weight. In fact, some lost more weight. I graduated with a diabetic degree. Wow. A dietetic. I, I can't read. My eyes are all... Ah. A dietetic degree. Okay. I like drinking my milk from the tap. Hey, good for you, Crow. We don't have too much tap over here for that. I think if I go western Massachusetts or southern Rhode Island are the closest farms. Most of my milk has to come from a jug or a carton. But yeah, I'll go through like times where like I'm really craving milk, and then I'll go weeks without drinking it. It's sad. I really should see. When I was losing weight, I was keeping track of everything, and that kept me honest. And I got to do that again. That way, I know what I'm having, not cow's milk. Oh, Crow, I can always tell when you're here. I do a lot of laughing. I appreciate that. I appreciate laughing is one of my favorite things to do. What was I talking about? No, it wasn't as funny as what Crow's talking about. But yeah, I was keeping track of everything I ate and how much ounces of water I drank and everything. And I mean, 29 pounds in 6 weeks. I mean, that was just a miracle. Ruby, I'm going to take you up on that offer. I'll probably on Monday. I might do some shopping Monday. I don't know. Tomorrow is going to be my lazy day. Tomorrow, well, it's after midnight here. Today is going to be my lazy day, but I like to have one day a week where I don't have to get up with an alarm. I hate getting up with an alarm anyway, but I set one anyway, even if I don't have to get up too early. I set one so I don't sleep too late, and sometimes it goes off. That's why I work second shift most of the time. Hunter Lynn, welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's 2:30 here. Is it really? I thought, for some reason, I thought you were out in California, Crow. I don't know. I go crazy. I go crazy, and I try to remember things, and I remember things great, and then I don't remember things great. Ruby says, I've changed from skim to whole and lost 40 pounds. Really? Oh my goodness, that's great. You got to go with what works. That's rule number one. Actually, it's rule number two. Rule number one is first order of business is survival. That's rule number one. Rule number two, you got to go with what works. Rule number three is sometimes you can only count on yourself. In case you're making a list here, those are three of the rules of life. But it changes for everyone. But yeah, I like milk. I'll go weeks without drinking it sometimes. Pippi's Palace, welcome. Good morning, good evening, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. I don't know why I thought you were in California. I don't know. It always seems like it's warm where you are. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, Crow. Maybe, I don't know. It's just me. You probably told me before, too, and oh, here's Illuminator, and he's supposed to remember things, and instead he's trying to build his channel and getting support from all different people. He's almost at 500 now. I think, was it 477, I think, when I started this. Kentucky, see, I told you. I told Ruby. Kentucky is I consider that part of the South where so many good people are. And Arkansas, Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina. Hunter says milk makes you urinate a lot. So I think it's like drinking water. Yeah, I drink so much water that, yeah, I feel like I'm always in the bathroom, but Pippi's Palace says I don't sleep. Well, not very well. Time is irrelevant. Yeah, I work second shift most of the time, Pippi's Palace. I like your name. I work second shift most of the time, so on my days off, I still try to stay that same schedule of going to bed well after midnight. And I have coworkers who don't do that. They'll work until midnight, and then on their days off, they're in bed at 9 o'clock at night. And then that's all well and good until they got to go back to work, and then they got 3 more hours to go, and they're dead tired, and they're almost falling asleep. And I was like, that's because you got to stay on that same schedule. It's the only way to do it. Or you really run out of steam at, halfway point through the shift. And they just don't understand that. Oh, the wife goes to bed at 9. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. It's like, I'm sure you don't like being this tired at work. I guess sit up and watch TV for a couple of hours. Try to stretch it till 11 or something. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, if you're stealing everyone's lines. I love milk, though. I feel sometimes like... And just like regular milk. I mean, I don't mind flavored milk, putting chocolate in, chocolate milk or vanilla milk and strawberry milk and coffee milk and all this, but sometimes I just want plain milk. And it goes very, very well. Color in a coloring book. Yeah, I mean, you could do anything just to be able to stay up, but some of my coworkers, they have lives too, They just, as soon as they're in the door, boom, shoes come off, they jump in bed. I've always needed to unwind a little bit. Hunter says I go to bed, but I can't sleep. It's very frustrating. For me, I realized I sleep better on my left side. If I try to lay on my right side, sometimes I'll lay there a lot longer. So I try to get into that first position that I know I'll fall asleep more comfortable. And that's on my left side, but it depends. If I got a lot on my mind, no, I'm not falling asleep right away. Time is man-made. Now, is that the magazine you're talking about? I'm just joking. Yeah, I've taken, birds and animals, they have no concept of time. And yet they seem to do okay. Seems to me, anyway. When I had a dog, 6 o'clock every morning, he knew enough to wake up and go to that door, wake someone up he needed to pee. Oh, my grape Kool-Aid. Crystal Light. That's pretty good stuff. Oh, put my pillow back over here somehow. Oh. Somehow. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes you have to take life as it happens. Other times you have to predict. Sometimes you have to know what's happening before it happens. Other times you have to... That was a notification. My whole face lit up with that notification. Somebody else went live on YouTube. But I try to handle the bridge that's in front of me before I think 3 or 4 bridges ahead. But that's tough. I was always the type of person, too, that I obsess about things. When it comes to going to a dentist, I want to be like... I literally want to be... Like, I don't want to obsess about it. Let me know 5 minutes before I belong there. I don't want to know for a full week I need to go to the dentist. Excuse me, because I will obsess about it, and that's all I'll think about for the whole week. Crow says, time was created to keep us regulated, easy control. Yeah, easier controlled. That's pretty much why, when it comes to going to work or anything like that, the clock does control us. The bosses and society controls us by that clock. Oh, you weren't here by 4 p.m., you know, you're in trouble with the boss. You showed up at, 4:08. Time makes people, well, actually money makes people punctual. That's why they pay you to go to work, because if it was actually that good, we'd go for nothing. Time makes people punctual. If we didn't get paid to go to work, people wouldn't show up at 4 o'clock. They'd show up whenever they wanted to. Crow says, I don't know what day it is most of the time. For me, I would love that feeling in a good way. I mean, to be able to be retired or be home, be independently wealthy, to be a big star on YouTube and have 8 million viewers and just pump out videos all the time. I would love to know what that's like to say, I don't know if it's Monday or Friday, and it really doesn't matter because I am home and I'm rich and I'm happy and lovely and beautiful. And Pippi says, got a question for you. How you do it? You seem to be doing this without tons of wrenches and without skunky people. Stranger, hey, welcome. Strange is here. I appreciate it. You changed back to the picture with the blue hair. I love it. I should have had, if I knew you, see, people said, if I knew you were coming, I would have baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I would have had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for you. Definitely, somehow I would have been able to give it to you through the interwebs. I'd asked you to, you're such a sweetie to be able to do that. You had a picture of a snake, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was you. I was like, oh, my light just went off. It's on a timer. But yeah, I'm doing this without wrenches. I have one troll, and I blocked him, and he still trolls me when I'm on other people's live streams. And he trolls me, but not in a bad way. But I don't have, I don't have any mods. When you only have 6 or 7 people in a live stream, it's, if I average like 15, 20, like a lot of other people do, I probably would need moderators. But I don't have any, and I don't have any real haters. On my live stream yesterday when I did the Lou show, somebody got a little out of sorts and was typing some stuff that I thought was really inappropriate. And I just put him in a timeout, and then I ended up ending the live stream, and I forgot about him. I don't know if he left or what, but Uncle Bill says retirement is good. I miss working sometimes. I wouldn't mind working if it wasn't something that I knew I had to do 5 days a week, if I could just do when I wanted to, if I was working for myself and stuff like that. I don't know. He's too nice to hate. Crow, you went live and I didn't even get the notification until after. Or if I did, I wasn't at my phone. And, yeah, I'm really sorry for not being there. But Strange Her is very, very loyal and sweet and everything. And she's the perfect first live stream viewer to have. Wow. Crow, that's one way of putting it. But yeah, see how I'm live streaming and I have my phone sideways and you get all the full thing. Sometimes I forget when I'm doing something and I have the phone the other way, like the normal way that I hold the phone, the long way, and you get the black on either side. And people always get mad at me, and I'm like, all right, it was an accident. I didn't mean to, but... And Strange, I will tell you, there's not a lot of drama here because I try to keep everything light and fluffy and talk about, we talk about whatever we want to talk about here. I try not to do too much hate. I try not to be the type of guy that people would hate. I try to support as many people as I can, and uh, guys like Carlos, like Killer Shark, and Frankie's live stream, Frankie Burgers, and all that. There's some live stream gamers that I visit all the time. There's some I visit when I see, and a lot of them only have one or two people. And I go in, I'm like, hey, bro, I just came in to hit the like button, and I show support, and uh, in my streams they are small. I 477 subs, and I have 7 people in here right now. It says. It's great. I used to, even last week I was thinking, oh, I can't even average 10 people, but sometimes it's a blessing to not have a lot of people in a live stream. Everyone always says my live streams are more personal and they're very warm, and I appreciate that. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Strange says, I went into a live stream last night and I banned on the spot for saying hi. Those are the streams I've... Wow, how do you get banned for that? And especially you. I mean, it's not like you go in there and cause problems or anything. I mean, you're as honest as they come. Well, I appreciate it, Pippi, saying this is way better. I mean, I. Hey, so what? Welcome, brother. I've banned one person, and I'm probably gonna unban him. See how things go. I think everyone deserves multiple chances. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, if worst comes to worst, you block them again. I don't know. There's nothing else to do. I mean, some people take things way too far, and you know, I've banned somebody. Not banned. I blocked somebody for rude behavior, and I unblocked them. They acted rude again. I blocked them again. I'll try unblocking again, and maybe third time will be the charm, or 3 strikes and he's out. I don't know. But I mean, anytime you put yourself out onto a platform like this, and YouTube is definitely a platform. I mean, the world. I'm putting my face for the world to see. It's gonna come with criticism. There's gonna be that 99 out of 100 people are gonna be okay, and there's gonna be that one that's gonna say, "Hey, you know what? He's fat. He's a big blimp. He's ugly. He's gay. It's like, how is gay even an insult nowadays in this politically correct world? I'm not gay. I'm very, very straight, but I'm saying, how is that an insult to people? Maybe in 1985 when I was in 5th grade, but I don't know. But I mean, I can't believe that, Avi. I mean, you get banned from a stream for saying hi. That just makes no sense whatsoever. 5th grade. 5th grade, that's like the kind of meat that I buy at the store. Grade A, like grade E. Grade D meat. Barely safe for human consumption. Just barely. So I don't know. I don't know, man. But the later I go in the stream, the more people are coming out. Maybe I should start it at 2:30 from now on. I don't know, man. But yeah, live streams. Everyone's making live streams now. Some people don't even want to do videos anymore. They're just live streaming. If you're a gamer, that's what you do. But I mean, other people, they just like Burger Planet. Burger Planet is a heck of a lot bigger than me when it comes to doing this, and he just puts that phone on him for 3-4 hours during life. I said I'm gonna have mine just do my whole work shift, a whole 9-hour shift at work live stream, and just have this follow me around as I'm, cleaning rooms and vacuuming and everything like that. Yeah, no one can sleep. Well, then again, Hunter, it's 3 hours earlier in some areas of the country, and then there's people like Kuya that lives in Australia that it's 14 hours ahead of us, so it's really, a Sunday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. over there when I'm doing these. Uncle Bill says, I can't do live streams, not comfortable in front of the camera. Yeah, see, me, like, my younger days, I never was. And then, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I got to the point where it never bothered me to be the center of the attention of, even at work. We have classes every now and then. and they'll ask questions and no one answers, and I feel like I'm the only one in class because I'm the only one answering because someone's got to do it, and everyone is like all in the back. I mean, it's like, what is this? Like high school all over again? Everyone wants the back row. Well, how does that? What a bunch of 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds all in class and everyone wants the back row. Does that make sense? Just like church. Everyone wants the back pew. I don't get it. I really enjoy, I've been told I have the perfect face for radio, number one. That's a joke I tell. That's one of my staples. So believe me, if you like that joke, we're going to get along perfectly. But it doesn't bother me. People, the older I get, the more people can hate, the more people could criticize, and I'll go, yeah, whatever. This is my face. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I could sell snake. I could sell snake oil from the back of a pickup. Oh, I could sell snake oil. Oh, excuse me. I could sell snake oil from the back of a pickup. That sounds like one of those old-timey expressions. Is that something good, Hunter? Is that like my father used to tell me that I should be a used car salesman? I think it probably means the same thing. I could talk the hind leg off a mule. I don't know. I mean, there's times, right? Yeah, there's sometimes though I'm very quiet. There's certain times where I feel very introvertive. Introvertive isn't a word. There's many times I am an introvert, and there's many times that I'm not. I'm not an introvert, but there's many times I act like one because that's how I feel. Introverted is just where you feel like you just want to be alone. You don't want to be around anyone. You can't talk to anybody. It's a disease with some people that it's an actual, it's like being bipolar or OCD or something. But I think the way this world is, there's more people who introvert than not now because of social media, and people don't know how to act in front of people anymore because everyone does all of their stuff from this, from not having to look at people, not having to talk to people. Even these arguments that happen, it all happens in front of a computer screen. And now when something happens, people need safe places and timeouts instead of going over there and TCB, taking care of business, if you know what I mean. It could be self-preservation, Pippi's Palace says. Strange says, behind a screen, it becomes convenient. Yeah, and life has become way too convenient, Strange. Everything is I gotta have it 5 minutes ago. I pay my bills from this cell phone that I am currently live streaming on. I pay so many bills from this. I do all my Facebook stuff from this. I do all my Twitter stuff from this. I do all my YouTube stuff from this. 99% of my YouTube stuff is from this. I take it with me everywhere I go. My phone calls, text, everything is from this little, 6-inch phone, and everything is convenient. Everything. It's like now stores are closing. Everyone's shopping on eBay, Amazon, and Zulily, and a million other sites. And what's happening? People are closing down these stores. Mom and pop stores are gone. Places like Burger King, KFC, they're starting delivery. People never have to leave the house, and no one's going to know how to act in front of people. Hey, Chad, Sweets, how are you? Thanks for showing up. He said, you ever just stand in the frozen food section at the grocery store, contemplate death? Yeah. No, I'm just that. I think about all the other death that's there. Like the pizza and stuff that animals had to die for me to eat. But no, I haven't. That's honestly, no, I've never done that. Strange says, whatever happened to doing it all by hand? Me, the Sweet says. It's a dying breed, I remember when people used to mail stuff, to one another. Now you get e-cards on your birthday. You get, they send gifts. And I don't mean gifts with a T, like get GIF, gifs, however you pronounce it. You see a little birthday cake and they're, happy birthday, JJ. And, no one takes pictures. Everything's digital. No such thing as, oh, let me show you some pictures of, my last birthday. And you hand somebody, a Kodak envelope and you can look through pictures. Now you have to go to CVS and have them printed out or whatever. How did I know, Crow, you would have something to say? I was waiting. Thank you for being the way I thought you'd be. I know what you meant, Crow. But Yeah, it's it's all good. I mean, but life. I'm not saying life can't change. We have to change with the times, but people are becoming such more of an introvert. Facebook does help me remember Swede's birthdays 100%. Sometimes that doesn't even pop up on mine until 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, oh, for crying out loud! Why are they telling me about the birthdays now 11 o'clock at night? I have a whole hour to try to get to these people. But that's, yeah, unfortunately. Uncle Bill, thanks for showing up, brother. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. But so what says Facebook wants to see my ID? I'm not giving them my ID. Yeah, they want people to show their phone numbers and do this and do that, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. Life is so convenient. And now Best Buy, I just heard yesterday that Best Buy, the big electronics store, is not going to be selling CDs anymore. I mean, we're in a world now where everything is digital. Everything is like iTunes and downloading off the computers and everything. Pretty soon they're not going to be selling DVDs anywhere. Everything's going to be, like I have, my cable company. There's so much on demand that it's free and you watch these movies whenever you want. I think everything's going to be on demand. But yeah, I don't know. I think with every step that we go towards comfort, we're losing two things of sanity. Whatever happened with being able to deliver bills in person, or even sending them through the mail. I mean, how many, all of my bills, save a stamp, pay online. We're losing contact, Strange. You're 100% right. We are losing contact. We're losing contact with each other. We're losing contact with reality. We're losing contact with friends, family. I mean, I had an 80-year-old grandfather that was online and sent me emails, and it was scary. Like, I mean, I was so happy that he was adapting, but it just was so scary that as a society, we're just leaving things behind. Everything, and you're 100% right, Strange. We're leaving so much behind. It is convenient. It's very convenient to say, hey, you know what? I need this. Let me go on Walmart.com, or let me go on eBay, or let me go on Amazon and have it mailed to the house, and I do it. And then I complain that, all these stores, there's nowhere to go for shopping when you just want to get out of the house because half of these stores are gone. Well, I never had contact with reality, Cross says. I set them up and you knock them down every time. I love it. But, I see these young kids. I mean, where I work, there's musical theater and dance and stuff like that. And I see these kids that no one knows how to communicate with each other anymore. It's becoming a lost art because they're all on their phones and they're all texting and they're all... And I'm talking about, kids that are like 18 to 22 years old and they've never grown up without having phones and stuff. I can remember phones before smartphones, and I'm not even that old. I'm only 43. Phones before smartphones, where it was so great when we had flip phones because, hey, they're small enough to have, they're like Captain Kirk's communicators, and this was the greatest thing. And you were lucky if you can get like a little game on there that was, it was cool. And then they weren't flip phones anymore. Now phones started to get bigger again, and then smartphones came out. And I've been through it all with these. For 17 years I've had cell phones now, and things are getting more and more convenient. Strange says, I seen a post one day that broke my heart. One half of the world is starving to death while the other trying to lose weight. That's a mouthful right there. Right there. Ruby says, I was happy to have buttons. Yeah, I hear that too. 100%. Strange says, I remember getting my first phone. I got my first job, and I was so proud. I still have it. Yeah, I have every cell phone I've ever had. I still have. And it does, I don't know. I miss buttons too, Strange. I, how can I put this? Sometimes things happen so fast that you don't realize the level that you're on until you look back and say, well, these are the last 6 phones that I've had. And you know, like, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my 7th, and this is probably nothing compared to some people, but in the last 17 years, this is my 7th phone, the 7th time I've upgraded. It's my 3rd smartphone. And you look back and say, how did I ever live without having YouTube and Facebook and everything else right at my fingertips? I don't get, oops, I'm dropped the phone. I don't get how it happens so gradually that you don't realize, you know what I mean? It's like, I used to use this little phone, you know, and all you could do was call on it. There wasn't even any texting yet. Hunter says pretty soon people will be holding their phone on their shoulder like a boombox. You see these other things, these tablets and these other things that you can make phone calls with, and it's like a computer. It is a computer, but people making phone calls from computers now. And then the other ones are the watches. Things are getting really big and things are still small. The watch phone. Crow misses rotary dials. Oh, my aunt had one for years and years and years. Probably finally got rid of it around 2009, but she still had one. Strange has a rotary dial phone. That is, you probably put that on eBay, you'll get a lot of money for it. I don't know, I'm just joking. Maybe not. They're getting too big. If you can't fit your phone in your pocket anymore, that's just... When I had a Galaxy S4, and I had to finally, after, I don't know how many years I had it, 3 years, 4 years. Back in July, I had to upgrade. I got an S7 in July. I could have got the S8, but I got the S7. And it's like a whole inch longer. So, of course, none of the cases fit or anything like that. It looks like something from the Betty Davis house. Wow! So that's one of the rotary... Yeah, those are the nice ones. It's probably black, too, because I think most rotary phones were black. Not all of them, but a lot of the older ones were black. Ruby says, our conscience of tech will continue to cost more and more. We feel we can't live without. Yeah, we're feeling like we gotta have it because we'll miss out and we'll be left behind if we don't have it. That's how I see it. We gotta have everything. You know, I had PlayStation, and it was the greatest thing in the world when I bought it. I bought it a year after it came out. I bought it in like 2000. No, I bought it in 98 or 99. A year after it came out, I bought it. And it was the greatest thing in the world. And then PlayStation 2 came. Now, the PlayStation became PlayStation 1. And now PlayStation 2 came out. It was almost like I remember when it was Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Now you can't call it Star Wars anymore. It has to be called The New Hope. Because of all these other fake Star Wars movies. These prequels had to come. And now these other ones at the end. All these years later. It took them all these years to do this. I still call A New Hope Star Wars. Okay, I'm 43 years old, and I'm always going to call it Star Wars. I don't call The Empire Strikes Back Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. No, it was Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and... Okay, sorry. What was I talking about? Yeah, we feel like we're going to get left behind. If we don't... Up with the Joneses. Okay, PlayStation 3. I have PlayStation 3. I don't have anything over that. I don't have a PlayStation 4. I'd love to, but it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. I'm a homeowner now. I have to worry about my needs before my wants. And but we always feel like we're missing out. I couldn't get the newest WWE wrestling game because they didn't make it for the PlayStation 3. And the way that they make these games systems, the way these game systems are, you can't use a PlayStation 3 game on a PlayStation 4. You can't use a PlayStation 2 game on a PlayStation 3, they told me. So you end up with all these games that you can't use anymore. And it makes my life a hell. Okay, a living hell. My Beetlejuice. Hey, make my life a hell. Pippi said, "Let me get caught up here." Pippi says, "I miss riding in the back of a pickup truck." Yeah, I used to sleep in the back of a pickup truck on the way home from my grandmother's house. All of these things you can't do anymore. Nope, you got to seatbelts and you get arrested and thrown in jail. And riding down a back road, visiting family on the way, picking random wild asparagus. Oh, I've never done the asparagus thing. Maybe I pick some random rhubarb once in a while. That makes a great pie. Strawberry rhubarb. Can go for that right now. Uh, Wild asparagus. Not around here. I don't know. We don't have so much wild asparagus. We don't have much regular asparagus, let alone wild asparagus. Strange, stop that. You don't have a 10-year-old. You're too young. Stop talking about the preteen and a younger one. Maybe the younger one, yeah, but you can't have a 10-year-old. You're only 18 years old. You look 18, let's put it that way. Star Wars nerd. Yeah, I have nothing against Star Wars. I've always loved Star Wars. I'm more of a Star Trek fan. That's just my life. I was always more into Star Trek. They're two different worlds, definitely. Wild asparagus hunting, Pippi. You're the first person I ever heard talk about that. The world can leave me behind. I don't mind a bit. Like they say, what's mind? Don't matter. What matters? Never mind. That old Homer Simpson thing from like the first season. You hunt for them, yes. Don't you know you hunt for asparagus with a bow and arrow? Strange, you look very young. You got to be like 19 now, maybe. Wild asparagus. I'm not an asparagus fan. I know somebody who loves asparagus, but that's not me. Even Brussels sprouts, I don't really mind Brussels sprouts if it's made the right way with some butter or something, but as a kid, no way. That's what it called it. It was an adventure driving down a road. Slowly, we were in the back of the truck while she drove. When spotted, she stopped. My mom. That's what my mom called it. Never had it. Now, Strange, are you, maybe you're the one that's from California. I don't know. Maybe you live out in Cali. SoCal. Somebody does. I thought it was, and he told me it's not, but I thought it was Crow. But, oh, you are from Cali. I still poke hunt for people. It's NorCal. I'm sorry, NorCal. NorCal, that's where all the wine vineyards and the mountains are and everything. That's where Lou's parents live, in the mountains of probably more central California. I don't know. All I know is it's over 3,000 miles away. Orchards. Oh, orchards. I love orchards. I love orchards. I live right where I want to live, I'll tell you, because I've always lived here, but there's so many other places that I wouldn't mind having, other homes if I was rich. I'd want to be like in wrestling when Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, when he wrestled for WWF, now WWE, when every season they would announce him, now making his summer residence in Hyannisport, Massachusetts. Now making his winter residence in the Netherlands Antilles. That would be me. Like every season I'd be in a different house in a different part of the country. For real, poke plant they make salads with them. I never heard of that before. My Italian side of the family used to go and make. They would go get wild, as they call it in Italian, jagonias, which was dandelions. Go get the dandelion, the weed dandelion. Before they make the flower, you go and you pick all the dandelions and all the stems and leaves, and they would put them with some oil and vinegar and have jagonia salad. And I've had it many times. I never cared for it. I always felt like I was eating a bowl full of weeds that just had oil and vinegar on them. And I never understood that part of, like, I can understand being poor, but going out and getting wild weeds to put oil and vinegar on just never was my thing. I just never cared for it. But, oh my goodness gracious. Jagonia. Gotta pick of the jagonia. Where you going? Gotta pick of the jagonia. And you have to get them, like, in early spring before you get the yellow flower on there. But that's my little story. I'm actually about 25% Italian, mostly Portuguese. A lot of Portuguese around here, but people say I don't look Portuguese. No, I don't look. I'm not full. That's why I don't look Portuguese, because I'm not full. I guess once the flower blooms, I guess the leaves or the stem, they taste bitter after. But listen, I was a kid. I haven't had it since I was probably 12 years old, but I honestly will tell you that to me, it didn't taste like lettuce or having a salad with spinach or kale or anything else you would put in a salad. To me, it tasted like I literally went out into the yard and just grabbed a whole bunch of weeds and chopped them up and put oil and vinegar, like an Italian dressing on them, and ate. I don't listen. If that's how it was in my Italian side of the family, we were poor, then by all means, there's nothing wrong with being poor, and there's nothing wrong with saying you have to eat something. But I just felt like I went outside and just ate a bunch of weeds. That's what it tasted like to me. Not because I'm better than that. It's just I never liked the taste. I guess if you have to eat it, but imagine like going to a tree and picking a whole bunch of green leaves and just ripping them up and putting them in a bowl with some oil and vinegar, some Italian dressing or whatever, and eating them. I feel like I'm eating leaves. I don't care how much you try to mask the flavor. How much you try to mask that flavor, it tastes like I'm eating weeds. That's the only hunting. Well, actually, my uncle, he used to go and get wild mushrooms. He has a knack for that. And you have to know how to do that because a lot of them are poisonous, but he knows the right ones to get. They call them chapes around here. And he would get these big mushrooms and make salads. And that was always interesting because that's an art form. Go wild mushroom hunting. But no, we don't use no bows and arrows. You just use a knife and you cut them off the trees or whatever. But if you fry dandelion flowers, somebody at work, they take the flowers that happen off of the zucchini plants in the garden. They make like an orange. Of course, I'm trying to get to where the camera's on this side. I keep thinking the camera's on this side of my phone. The orange flowers are about 3-4 inches. They take them and they fry them up in like breadcrumbs and everything, and they eat them. I mean, I had it one time. I can't even remember what it tastes like. People say it tastes like meat, but I never did the dandelion flowers. Well, all I do know is that somebody did say that whether it's a flower or a weed depends on the person, because even dandelions are a weed, but some people, it's a flower. Flour them and fry them and taste like cookies. Yeah, it's weird. It's like mock apple pie. Make an apple pie with Ritz crackers and it tastes like apple. Like, I don't understand it. Nothing ruins an apple pie quite like apples, right? Oh, goodness. Well, guys, it's getting really late. I'm about the hour and 12-minute mark. Probably going to have to go. Start to wind down a little bit. Tastes like Southern fried steak. Yeah, something I never had, Hunter, but, I take people's word for it, but it's like, why don't people just eat Southern fried steak? Here we go. We're about being poor again. We's po. We're going to eat some weed salad and fry up some flowers off of the... What are you going to do with this flower? Because, you get the zucchini on one stem and these flowers on the other. Like, you need the flowers to get the zucchini, but then you don't do anything with the flowers. Oh, let's eat them. They look like those things that feed me Seymour. Only they're orange. Almost like a peach color, like that peachy orange color. Sorry, I have an itch under my arm. I have no idea why. Itchy, 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 itchy and scratchy. Stranger, welcome anytime. Every Saturday night I do this, because the notifications have been weird. No one knows when I'm live streaming because they don't get the notification. But I always do my Saturday Night Live stream Saturday night. I've been trying to do it before midnight. It hasn't been happening. I've been starting them after midnight. But yeah, I mean, I'll definitely let you know during the week because it's always great having you here. You too, Hunter. Sleep well. Zucchini bread. Crow. Oh, you had to go say that. I haven't had that in so long, brother. Oh, that's so good. Like banana bread and zucchini bread. Oh, I'm gonna go home and sleep well. Sleep well. My voice is too. I can't do a good Sean Connery right now. I used to do a very good Sean Connery voice, but yeah, we gotta talk about this again. Everyone's welcome. I'm glad you guys came. Anybody that's still here, Pippi, thanks for being here. Hunter, thanks for being here. Crow, always welcome. Strange, Avi, you are always welcome. I love that picture. I'm looking really close now. The picture with the sunglasses and the blue hair. I mean, it's a very, very beautiful picture. But you're a very, very beautiful girl. So. Every picture is beautiful. That snake picture, I didn't think of you when I saw that snake. And believe me, anybody will tell you, I have nothing against snakes, spiders, anything like that. I've held them. I had a tarantula. My uncle's had snakes and alligators my whole life and stuff. Nothing that bothers me, but that picture with the blue hair, that is the bomb.com. Let me tell you, I love it. But thanks for being here. Thanks for saying that you switched it. I'm overwhelmed. But... anyone else that I missed that's still here, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. My next live stream that I know I'm doing will be Monday, 2:30 Eastern time. will be my version of the Lou Show. I will be. That's my afternoon live stream. I might do another live. Yes, keep the PB&Js fresh. And next time I will have one just in case you show up. I will show you one. I'll have it in a little Ziploc bag just in case. And I won't eat it on the air because that would be rude because you wouldn't have one. So I don't do that. But and you keep those tacos fresh because no one makes me tacos. You and Carlos, you said you were gonna make it. No, you didn't. I'm sorry. Carlos said he was gonna make me tacos, but that's cool. Every time you're either making PBJs or tacos, taco salad. That's good stuff. Good stuff. But if I do one before Monday, it'll be in my own name, of course. I did make them, LOL. I have leftovers too. You're 3,000 miles away. It's not fair. But yeah, live stream, Lou Show, Tuesday. Let's try that again. Live stream with the Lou Show, Monday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. If you're out in England or that way, it's 7:30 p.m. And if I do another live stream before then or after, I'll try to let people know. I hope the notifications work, because they don't all the time. But thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. And Crow, always a pleasure. Anyone that's still here, if I missed you, I'm sorry. But show some love to one another. We need to support one another. It's not just about subscribing, it's showing support. And I'm going to be weeding out people that they don't support me, but that's okay. That has nothing to do with any of you guys. The people who, the sub for sub thing that, I've added, a lot of those people I need to get rid of because they just wanted me for the numbers. And in the meantime, we'll get things underway and we'll get things started and finished and everything else. I'm going to go now. I love you all. Take care. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Be good to one another. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back. Good night.